Does Knuckles the Echidna love Rouge the Bat? I am a huge advocate for Knuckles and Rouge relationship, and one thing we talk a lot about here on the channel is Rouge and their dynamic. We're gonna be answering two questions today. Does Knuckles the Echidna love Rouge the Bat? And is Rouge canon? For those who don't know, basically means that is Knuckles and Rouge official, and Rouge is the relationship between Knuckles and Rouge. Let's first look at their personalities. Knuckles has a very rude personality most of the time, especially in content like Sonic X or even Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. Rouge the Bat tends to be very sassy, manipulates people in some sorts of ways, as opposed to Knuckles the Echidna, who's kind of an introvert and opposes a lot of other characters.
Maybe Sonic will show up here.
Tails is trying to tell you that we don't want you getting in our way.
In your way?
Saying that Knuckles and Rouge are opposites from each other, that goes to what I want to say. I personally strongly believe in opposites attract, so I think these two go together hand in hand. Depending on what content you are watching, their dynamic can be portrayed differently. For example, in Sonic X, their chemistry is very strong. However, they definitely contradict each other because of their personalities. If you noticed in Sonic X, Rouge basically is all over Knuckles and can't have enough of him. And Knuckles is contradicting that by being an introvert and opposing whenever Rouge throws signals to Knuckles. As clear as Rouge can be, Knuckles tends to oppose that. And the same thing can be said about Sonic Adventure 2. The thing about Sonic Adventure 2, it was a lot more subtle. However, it was definitely there. If you look at Sonic content that we get nowadays, like Sonic Prime, the Knuckles Rouge ship tends to be very mellow. Of course, Rouge calls Knuckles cute or whatnot.
What? I stealth.
Stealth is not your thing, but it's adorable you're willing to try.
Adorable?
And she throws very light signals to Knuckles. However, it is nothing like in Sonic X, where they almost were like a couple because they would fight all the time. Rouge would throw very strong signals to Knuckles the Echidna. If we look at Rouge throughout the video games, they were definitely apparent, and Rouge definitely showed interest into Knuckles the Echidna throughout Sonic video games. However, it was definitely more passive in later video games such as Sonic Generations. I believe there are very few cutscenes where they just showed them together sharing like a hot dog or something of that sort. However, it was nothing like what we got in Sonic X or Sonic Adventure 2, where it showed an actual interaction between these two characters. But one thing I would say is that Team Sonic, Sega, or any creators of any TV shows or video games of Sonic that we get nowadays tends to automatically pair these two characters together. If you look at Sonic Prime or even Sonic Generations, literally Knuckles and Rouge are together the entire time. And like Sonic Prime, they very much seemed like they were just work partners with a common goal rather than being interested in each other in an actual relationship. Nothing like Sonic X. And Sonic X is the whole entire reason why I even liked this ship to begin with. And every single day I hope to see something about Knuckles Rouge more than just friends one of these days. But of course, until that day comes, we're definitely gonna be talking all about this and speculating as much as we can until we see something of that sort, which honestly is very unlikely because a lot of the Sonic content tends to be, I guess, more for kids, less than we got back in Sonic X. Does Knuckles love Rouge? There could be many different answers depending on how you look at this. In the majority of Sonic content, Knuckles and Rouge are indeed paired together way more than Rouge the Bat was paired with Shadow the Hedgehog. Because of that, there's definitely something between Knuckles and Rouge. However, does Knuckles the Echidna love Rouge the Bat? Obviously, in content like Sonic X, Rouge the Bat was all over Knuckles. So the question is, does Knuckles love Rouge the Bat? If we were to pick an answer, we would definitely say Knuckles doesn't per se love Rouge the Bat. He definitely has an interest back into Rouge the Bat, canonly based off of a song that we got in Sonic Adventure 2, which essentially was Knuckles' soundtrack, and quite a few of the soundtracks mentioned an interest into Rouge.
Yeah, Rouge, she's sexy and smooth. A double cross by thief, that's out for my Jews. I'm feeling her in mysterious ways.
This automatically should make this canon that Knuckles the Echidna definitely has an interest back into Rouge the Bat. He just does not know how to express it. The lyrics of the Knuckles soundtrack in Sonic Adventure 2 represent Knuckles, therefore the lyrics is almost as if Knuckles was directly talking about Rouge the Bat. The next question is Rouge canon? And the answer is kind of. So if you look into websites like Shipping Wiki on the internet, which tells you more information about relationships in the Sonic franchise, they are are considered to be semi-canon. And semi obviously means they are kind of canon. So if you look at Sonic content like Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic X, basically what we said earlier, the chemistry between these two is definitely strong in this content. However, if you look at Sonic content that we get nowadays, they are still definitely paired together. However, the dynamic isn't quite there the same way as it was in Sonic X or even Sonic Adventure 2. And if you ask me, the fact that they are still together paired in a team, and not only that, explicitly just them two together, kind of makes them canon in some sort of way. Now, of course, everybody can take it in the way they would like to and for what it is. However, if you ask me, definitely their chemistry as in Sonic X is definitely not there, and it's things like their chemistry in Sonic X to me is what makes it the most canon. So if you were to ask me, I would definitely agree with the answer that they are semi-canon because they're not officially going out. However, you can definitely see their chemistry together and them poking at each other and throwing like jabs at each other, which I think is fine, especially that Sonic content nowadays tends to be targeted very heavily more towards children. I think it'll make sense to avoid, I guess, the whole shipping kind of thing, unless of course Sega decides to go to Sonic X direction once again nowadays, which I would love nothing more than that. However, until that day comes, obviously most of the Sonic content is made towards smaller children who typically would not understand ships or shipping characters together, which is perfectly okay. However, did I ever foresee this coming? To be honest with you guys, I did not. However, it did. It came, and this is the way Sonic content is nowadays, and that is just something either I have to accept and cope with, or just continue hoping that we will eventually get something better or something different. But of course, let me know what all of your thoughts are down below. Are you a fan of Rouge the same way I am? Do you wish to see something more than what we are already getting? And were you a fan of Rouge back in Sonic X and Sonic Adventure 2 the same way I was? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. And the next video we're going to be making is regarding the Knuckles spin-off TV show. Will we be seeing other Sonic characters, echidnas, or will we even be seeing Rouge in the Knuckles spin-off, which honestly is somewhat likely, and we're going to be talking all about that in the next video. So you definitely want to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on that video, and smash the like button while you're at it. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in today, and we will see you guys on the next video.